Does that make sense? Are you listening to me or just eating?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I do have an audience over here. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can be happy. I always thought that it had to be something where like, I look good, I have the money in my bank, I feel good, like all those stars have to hit in order for that feeling to happen. But I realized that that feeling can come before then. Hey fam, it is Sunday again. And as you can see, we are in a very informal environment. I am out of town and still wanted to get something out to you folks this Sunday, this weekend. And so I figured take an opportunity while we got it. So welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here for a while, or if you just saw me last week, thanks for coming back. My name is Shan Otare. I'm a breakthrough mindset coach, and I help you to reflect and to accept things in your past and to help you to process them so that you can become a badass, right? All of us have it in there. It's just like finding where the heck it is. And I feel like that really kind of ties into what I want to talk about this week. And what I want to talk about is normalizing the idea, and guys, at this point it still is just an idea, the idea of having our social media life, our Instagram life, our Facebook life, whatever, you know, social platform you always follow, having our Instagram life or our social media life match our actual life. All right, it's a thing that those two are not the same thing. Which, what? What? Like that's not, I mean, the only thing that's different for me that I know different, like I'll put on lipstick when I get onto camera. Okay, I might not do that when I'm just talking to someone in real life. Other than that, you're getting like Shan 1.0, same thing, no matter where you see me, here on, you know, YouTube, on Instagram, or in the store, right? Or traveling, wherever you might see me. So I want to normalize that, but I want to talk a little bit about why I do. So let's jump into that now. All right, so this subject it kind of came up to me. I'm here on a different island. I'm in Oahu, and I am visiting some family. We're here celebrating the life of an uncle of mine who lived well into his 80s. And, you know, we're reflective, and a lot of family has been able to kind of hang out together. And I was having a conversation late last night with some family members, and we were talking about some, you know, a person that we know who recently got excommunicated from the church that they go to. And what it came down to was they were living a double life, right? A double life, showing one thing to, you know, people they go to church with, and in the background doing other things. All right, I don't need to get into the details to kind of get to the point of what I want to make. And the idea came up, is like, I understand why this person did that. You know, I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying, like, I understand why that happened. It's actually very human for what they did. But what it started making us talk about when we were having this conversation is, why do we lead a life where, you know, to the world we are one thing, and to ourselves at home in private with our families we're different? And I can't say that I haven't done that ever in my life, where I presented in the world, you know, differently than I acted at home. I don't do it often, and so it is not relatable to me in a lot of ways. But I do understand the idea of people pleasing. I do understand the idea of, you know, making sure that I present well. And this is something that I learned as a kid, which is something that I've really tried to strip as an adult, because understanding and making sure that I am happy, you know, and making sure that I'm safe and that I'm good, not worried about how other people think about how I should be doing anything, or how I should be this, or I should be that, or whatever. All the should, I don't like to should all over myself. Okay, that is one thing I don't like to do. But I understand how that is such a thing, like especially on social media. I follow a bunch of people, and it seems like, at least the algorithm, the people that get sent to my feeds and everything that I see, it's almost a running joke that, like, oh yeah, that's my Instagram life and this is my real life, right? And that the two don't cross over to each other. And then I also see a lot of things in my feeds talking about the appreciation for authenticity. So these two things are trying to cross paths, and it hasn't happened yet. I feel, especially with this new generation, that there is a lot less secrecy and a lot less worrying about what other people think. So I feel like there's hope for it. But we are really at the forefront of that time when this shift is going to start happening. And so the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I want to let you know, you don't got to wait. You do not have to wait for this to happen. Like, you can start this now. This is not some far off concept, something you have to learn. And it doesn't have to be something that's like, take me as I am, like if you are, for lack of better terms, bitchy, for example, kind of not in a bad mood, and you're just like, you know what, this is who I am. You need to accept it. Okay, I understand that. But can we think about why we're in a bitchy mood all the time? What is making us angry? Is there something happening in our life that we are not living truly who we are? And therefore that bitchiness comes out in the form of, bad attitudes towards other people, short tempers with our family members. In what way is it presenting itself in your life? And I think if you look at the root of that, which is what I help my clients to do in my academy, and help you find what that is. And when I say find happiness, like, this is what I'm helping my clients do, is like really get to the root of the things. Like, if you feel like you're kind of like uneasy, you're super stressed out, you got your kids, job, spouse, like all these different things piling up on you, but you want to live this work-life balance, right? You feel almost like it's impossible, but you keep reminding yourself to do that. If you keep reminding yourself that I need work-life balance, you're not getting it. You're not doing something, right? And there's likely something at the root of that is causing that to not take place. That's what I help you to find, to get you to, because anything else that you want to do, whether it is, losing weight, whether it's, getting better at your finances, whether it's investing in your future, whatever it is, all those hurdles will be way more difficult to overcome if you're not taking care of these root issues. But the root issue starts with being who you are to begin with, and learning to not only love yourself for who you are, but learning and accepting. And that's why I say reflecting and accepting is what I help my clients to do, to really get to that place where you are truly feeling good about yourself. I feel more in touch and more in love with myself today than I have ever at any point in my life. And what's interesting with that is that the way my body physically looks does not coincide with how I figured I would feel. Like, I feel way better emotionally with a body that I would not have, which with not the body that I thought I would have, feeling that good. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Are you listening to me or just eating?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I do have an audience over here. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can be happy. I always thought that it had to be something where like, I look good, I have the money in my bank, I feel good, like all those stars have to hit in order for that feeling to happen. But I realized that feeling can come before then. And now that I have that confidence, that love, it allows me to, at the base, be so much more effective in anything else that I do, whether it's in starting my coaching business, whether it's in helping others accomplish that for themselves, because I've done it for myself. And that's why I want to help you folks. And I also just kind of want to be at the forefront of normalizing this idea of making sure, or of helping people see that their social media life can be the same life that they actually live. It doesn't have to be two separate worlds, and presenting yourself for all the things that you are and all the things that you aren't, and just being, yes, that's me. And if there's any part of that that you don't like, working on it to get to the point where you can heal that. And that is the message for this week, guys, mostly because I smell my husband's food and I am hungry now. So I'm not trying to drag this on. But I'm excited for you folks to feel this. I definitely know I'm going to be talking more and more about this, because this is something that I've seen and I felt. And there's times when I'm like not on social media, and I remember there was feeling this guilt, like, oh, I'm not showing up, I'm not doing anything. But really, that's when my people pleasing was happening, right? What are people going to think if I'm not showing up on social media? Who cares? I'm taking care of my mom. I'm doing something that makes me happy that I should be doing. So who cares if I'm not sharing about it on social media? And then I could sit with myself and be like, yes, that's good, and feel good about it, not just like kind of like swipe it away. And that is what I want to help you folks to do, and really normalize it. Be at the forefront of normalizing this type of behavior, where because we are separated by phones and computers and devices and not really in each other's faces and interacting with each other face to face, that we can't continue to have these human connections. It is still possible, but you have to be doing that with yourself, in private, at home, with your family, before you can even start doing that anyplace else, like on social media or out in the community. So think about that for this week, guys. I thank you folks for coming to the channel today and checking out what we got to see. And I'll be sharing a little bit more with you folks about this, like I said earlier. So until I see you folks again, keep on evolving. I hope to see you on our next round of the Academy, which is coming up in this next couple of weeks, so that you folks can see what the heck I'm working on with people to get to this state too here. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.